Facebook. We got all your questions coming in tonight. Tonight we're gonna be going over how to build an Amazon business, Q&A style. So whatever questions you guys have, I'll start step by step on how to build the business, how I was able to start selling on Amazon 3 years ago, and now I'm already at 1.5 million in sales selling used books. You guys see that? Instagram, Facebook, used books just like this. And I still sell used books to this day. So that is what the Q&A is going to revolve around. But I've been able to build a profitable business that operates in my absence. I'm here in Costa Rica in the midst of a thunderstorm. I might lose you guys because last week thunder hit, lightning struck, and I was out of power for 3 days. So hopefully I don't lose you guys tonight. But I'm able to travel and I have my business operating for me while I'm not there. So any questions you guys have, big or small, maybe you guys just want to learn how to make your first 1,000 on Amazon. Maybe you've already made your first 1,000 on Amazon and you want to be able to make your first 10,000 on Amazon. I'm at the point now, I'm at an all-time record high for sales. I sold $10,000 of books yesterday, and over the last 30 days, I've done 120,000 in books. I think I have a ton of value to offer you guys. You know, I feel like I've beaten, what's the phrase? I've hit the nail on the head with the hammer too many times. I've been working too much. I can't even think of the phrase right now. But I feel like I've just been jamming it down y'all's throats that, you know, starting selling books is very easy. You know, you can take $1 and turn it into 10 consistently, predictably, time and time again. You guys can go to places like thrift stores, libraries, college campuses. You can find these books, and that's how I was able to get to the $10,000 mark. But if you guys really want to scale to the next level, I think I have a lot of value for, you know, people who are intermediate. I'm helping actually my roommate Taylor out right now on ways to build systems in your business so you don't have to be there to run your Amazon business. And that is huge. If you don't have systems in your business, you don't have a business. If you are required to be in your business to make it profitable, you don't have an Amazon business. You have a job. You have a very nice job. If you like selling on Amazon, it's a nice job. Or you have like the worst job ever. If you don't enjoy packing books, listing books, if you don't enjoy finding stuff, you have the worst job ever. The goal of starting a business is to be able to eventually remove yourself from it. So without further ado, I'm talking too much. Let's get into some questions. Let's see what we got. What's up, Reseller Society on Instagram? Francisco. Okay, we got a question from Abdul that says, every time I ship to Amazon, it takes about 1 to 2 weeks. Am I doing something wrong? No, 1 to 2 weeks is fast, guys. That's what you should expect. With Amazon FBA is an amazing opportunity. It's where you find a product that's profitable, books, for example. You pack them in a box. You ship it to Amazon, and Amazon handles all of the rest of the work for you. Amazon handles shipping the book to the customer. Amazon handles tracking numbers. It handles all the logistics of putting the cardboard box around the book. They even handle customer service. So if it takes them a week or two to check it in, that doesn't really affect me too much. I'm always focused on finding more product to send in. And, you know, if you're limited in your business, prove your concept. Once you're able to prove that you can take $100 and turn it into $150, or you can take $100 and turn it into $200. Once you prove this concept of taking money and turning it into more money, then what does your bottleneck become? All your bottleneck is finding more money to spend. You're out of money, and now you just need more money. So I don't recommend going into crazy credit card debt, but if you know that you're getting good returns on the products you're buying, perhaps consider ways of getting capital without ruining your credit score, without ruining relationships. You don't want to take money from somebody and not give it back to them. But if you know that you have a business where you can take $100 and pump $200 out consistently, then your only bottleneck is buying more inventory. So, and this is what, you know, we've been doing a lot of the last few days here in Costa Rica. I've been helping Taylor. He's been able to exponentially grow the amount of capital he has. So, you know, we're trying to get him to the point where he's spending $20,000 a month on his business, because that's really going to allow him to have healthy cash flow. He does retail arbitrage, by the way. So my point with that is, I'm not saying leverage credit cards the way you can. The way we've been doing it is we've been taking other people's money, short-term loans from people, putting them in our businesses. That's what worked for me early on. I would take people's money, I would put it in my business. So if you guys have somebody who has an extra $5,000 that they want to loan you, and you're in the position where you can take $5,000 and turn it into 10, don't be afraid to do that. But don't do that. Don't take people's money until you know that you can consistently, predictably flip products, take $1 and turn it into 10, 20, 30, whatever it is. But if you can take $1 and turn it into 2, that's a great business. I'm gonna get to YouTube questions in a second. If you guys have questions on YouTube, simply comment them below. We got Francisco saying, given new restrictions, what rank in e-score do you look for? So guys, this is crazy. So Amazon's done the restock limits. You guys know that basically Amazon put a throttle on all of the FBA sellers. They said they've done this thing called restock limits where they essentially can toggle how much you can send them at any given point in time. So they can say, hey, look, we want you to send me more inventory. We want you to send us more inventory, or no, we don't want any inventory from you. That's essentially what they did. They told us a few years ago that we had unlimited storage, but they overcame that by introducing restock limits. My average sales price is $20, which is good. And I sell through over 100% of my inventory every 5 months. So when you're asking that question of, am I gonna raise my standards for what inventory I send in, I will a little bit, but it's already pretty damn good. And on one of my accounts, my average sales price is $38 on one of my accounts, which is insane. $38 for every item that sells on average. And my sell-through rate on that account is probably 2 months. I sell through 100% of inventory every 2 months. Restock limits aren't an issue on that account, but they could become an issue, if Amazon keeps lowering the restock limit. So to answer that question, I'm not doing too much, but I do recommend if you're sending in items that are 50 cents to $3 profit, you should probably start sending in $4 profit up, because you don't want all your Amazon inventory to be super cheap items. You want items that you send to Amazon to actually be worth the time, effort, and storage space for you to really get the profit. Otherwise, it's not gonna make sense, and you're gonna run out of space too. DSLH Texas says, how much do I need to start Amazon FBA? Not including the products I already have. So it depends on how you start. You can go to thrift stores, you can post on Facebook Marketplace and get items for free. You guys can go on Craigslist and get items for absolutely free. So in that case, you don't need any money to get started. And if you're in the position where you're asking that question, you should probably start for $0. You should probably start using methods of obtaining books, or any inventory for that matter, that don't cost you anything. So the biggest methods are go on Craigslist, look in the free section, look for books that are for free. Go on Nextdoor. Everybody should be downloading this app. It's called Nextdoor. Download the app Nextdoor and post on it. Post, I will pick up your books for free at no charge. And it is amazing how many of my students in my program are absolutely crushing it just by posting on Nextdoor. I will pick up your books for free, no charge, and I will get them back into the hands of readers. Literally, if you just go on Nextdoor and post that, you're gonna be hit with tons of messages over the week. And if you repost it every week, dozens of messages over the course of a month, and you can get most of your inventory to sell on Amazon for free. And if you're getting most of your inventory to sell on Amazon for free, and Amazon pays you $800 in the course of 2 weeks, how much of that $800 is profit? All of it. If you get the inventory for free, it's all profit. Now, if you spend $400 on inventory and Amazon pays you $200, you're still probably gonna make profit in the long run, but you're negative $200 cash flow temporarily. You're negative $400 cash flow until you get paid the $200, and then you're still negative $200. You have to wait to get all that money reimbursed before you're even back to where you were when you started. So if you're in the position where you're asking, how can I get started for as little money as possible? Get started for free. Until you start collecting those $1,000 payouts from Amazon, start for free. You guys can go to college campuses. There's dumpsters at college campuses. At the end of the semester, kids throw away textbooks. This is insane. Go to college campus, end of the semester, kids, they leave finals week, they throw away a $140 organic chemistry book. This happened. I've seen this. And what you do is you go to the dumpster, you pick up the book, you ship it to Amazon, and you make money. There's so many different ways to get inventory for free. I'm just scratching the surface here, and I'm just talking about used books, guys. I'm just the book guy. There's so many other ways to make money online, but if you guys want to get started for free, used books is a great way. What other questions do we have? Travel Buy Sell says, hook in for the books. Hook in for the books. Okay, I already answered that question. Let me hop over to Facebook. We got Chad Coleman on Facebook saying, can a single seller, and I'll get to YouTube in a second. Everyone on YouTube, if you haven't already, hit that like button. It really does help the YouTube algorithm. Also on Facebook, can you like the video? Like the video on Facebook as well. It pumps the algorithm. On Instagram, I don't know what you guys can do to really pump the algorithm. Maybe like wave at me, maybe throw some hearts at me or something. I think that helps the algorithm. But everybody do their part. Appreciate the likes coming in on YouTube. Appreciate you guys. We got a like on Facebook as well. Can a single seller with no employees earn $75,000 a year? Absolutely. Absolutely. Now I'm gonna break this down and take a step back and be completely honest with you guys when it comes to this. There is an insane, there is a disgusting amount of opportunity to sell on Amazon. It is actually, the amount of opportunity and the amount that a single person could make if they truly applied themselves is well into the six figures. A seasoned seller, I would not be surprised if a seasoned seller could pocket consistently net profit end of the day, $250,000 a year. Now I'm talking somebody who's been in business for years, 5+ years. It would not surprise me. Now, the reason why I say it's disgusting is I know so many resellers, including myself, and nobody is truly grinding on the level of, nobody's going to thrift stores 8 hours a day, every single day. People just aren't doing it, guys. And if you did that, 75,000 easily. If you people don't treat this like a job. And part of the reason why people don't treat this like a job is people get into Amazon because they don't want a job. People want freedom. People would rather make $62,000 a year and have an extra 3 days off a week instead of having to, work their ass off every single day. People just don't want to do it. But to answer your question, 75,000 is absolutely doable, especially if you live in a bigger city. If you live in a bigger city, to start selling books on Amazon, easily get to 75,000 a year. And pretty soon, by your third year, you should be making, not well into the six figures, but at least six figures selling on Amazon. Now, if you really apply yourself, you can make six figures your first year. And there's other ways as well to make money. Retail arbitrage. You guys can go to Marshall's, Ross, TJ Maxx. These places are selling items dirt cheap. You can buy them for $5, $10 and sell them for $20. And my roommate here, Taylor, maybe he'll walk in later. He sold $10,000 of units yesterday that he purchased yesterday. He bought these items from stores like Home Depot. He would go in there. He's in Costa Rica. He's getting other people to do this for him. They're going into Home Depot. They're purchasing the items and they're selling them the same day for 10 fucking grand. Pardon my French, but this is fucking insane. People are going into stores and they're making 10 grand in one day. Now, true profit in a day, probably 3 grand for him. But $3,000 in one day, what does that come out to a year? That's over $1 million net each year. He's taking home, after paying taxes, $700,000. Not him personally, but if he did that every single day. And the answer is, if you're of average intelligence, and if you're of average, and this is my psychology side coming out, I like to talk about the big 5 personality traits, but there's something called conscientiousness. Do you make your bed in the morning? How neat, how clean are you? How organized are you? If you're average with intelligence, and you're average with your conscientiousness, and you're average with really those two is all you need, and maybe risk tolerance, which isn't a personality trait, but you can tolerate some risk, which is what you're gonna need as an entrepreneur, and you apply yourself 8 hours a day, like these people are at their jobs. There's people working 10 hours a day at McDonald's. How much are they making? They're making $80 a day. That's not much. If you apply 10 hours every single day to a book business and you don't make 6 figures a year, there's something wrong with you, you know, especially if you follow business principles. If you follow business principles and you do this hard for 3 years, you're gonna have a business that operates in your absence, and you're gonna have a machine where you can step away from it, and this truly works in your absence. I've been ranting, guys. Let me hop over to YouTube, give YouTube some love. Again, guys, on YouTube, if you smash that like button, it does help the algorithm. Junkman said, Avery grinding. Miles says, selling books is sexy. Appreciate you, Miles. Should I price? I'll be back to Instagram in a second. Hold on tight, guys, and I'll be back to Facebook. So get the questions loaded up, and I'll come back. This is so much fun. I've never had 3 devices like this before. This is what happens when you buy 2 phones and you have a laptop. About stuff says, should I price the buy box? Should I price what the buy box is? Okay, so, and then I'll get the question above that in a second. So about stuff says, should I price whatever the buy box is? Right now, in this time, you should price at what the buy box is, because your biggest goal right now should be selling books as quickly as possible. It should be moving inventory. You don't want to be sitting on inventory too long. Even pricing at low FBA and undercutting the buy box would probably be a good move right now. Anything you can do to increase how many books, how many items you're selling every day is going to increase your storage limit and allow you to have more space, and therefore allow you to scale faster. We got one more question here on YouTube, and then I'm gonna hop back to Instagram. Let me see YouTube. Any questions on YouTube you guys have, comment them below. I see more people tuning in. Make sure to smash that like button. Instagram, I'm coming for you. Load me up with questions, Instagram. So it says, Sound Pusha says, I'm on the stage of hiring. How do I hire people that won't steal the books and have a solid process? And should I have a process to hire the right people? You should absolutely hire the right people. And that is a question that I get a lot. People, when they run inventory-based businesses, the biggest fear they have is an employee comes in and takes all of their inventory. And it's probably not going to happen, especially with books. Like if you were selling gold or silver or I don't know, some other item that's obviously valuable, then maybe. And yes, they are going to see the profit of the book. And maybe they will steal from you. There's ways to prevent that though. If you have your own space, I highly recommend setting up cameras, not to prevent people from stealing from you, but you want to have cameras just to record and make sure that the workflow of the operation is good. And we got Taylor Jones in the house, baby. Woo! But he's also asking, should you have a prostitute? I'm live on 3 different platforms right now. Really? I'm in my Facebook group, I'm on Instagram, and I'm also on YouTube. We're talking about how to build an Amazon business in 2021. You can get in on this if you want. We're talking about
how to build an Amazon business. Step 1, get excited, people, because there's opportunity everywhere.
Calm down, bro.
Okay, sorry. Wow, too excited.
They're asking about hiring people and what you should do. He's actually in the stage. I was bragging about you earlier.
Oh,
you sold $10,000 2 days ago?
Yeah, 2 days ago.
2 days ago. And he's in the process of hiring his first employee/girlfriend. He hired his girlfriend off of Tinder. Oh. Don't do that. That was the question. I mean, maybe do it. It worked out for him. But the process for hiring people is you really want to qualify them. And I was, trying to give my best advice to Taylor. And really the best advice I can give you guys is tell you what I did, what worked for me. So what worked for me in finding somebody was posting in Facebook groups. I had a neighborhood Facebook group for my parents. They lived in not a gated community, but they had a Facebook group for it. I went in that Facebook group and I posted, does anybody want to list books on Amazon? And I immediately got several responses. This one lady, super nice. She may even be watching this video right now, Joanna. She's been with me for a couple years. She became kind of my assistant too for social media and restricted inventory in a lot of different ways. But I found her on Facebook. It was great. I was listening to a Gary Vee video today, and it said, hire fast. When you hire,
slowly.
what is it? When you fire, you know. When you hire, you'll never know.
Yeah.
So when you hire,
risk.
you're taking risk. You never know when you hire.
Yes.
You just don't know.
People want to know, Avery. They go, "Are you and Taylor getting along?"
Well, I mean, earlier today, Taylor wouldn't stop farting.
Oh
and
my
I was just
God.
like, oh my gosh, he's not, and so that's something you got to live with too. With a roommate, you gotta deal with shit like that. But we got beetles all over the place in here. My advice would be start with Facebook, post on your personal Facebook to hire somebody. If you have some type of Facebook group, like a neighborhood community, post in there. For listing books on Amazon, I like to hire, no offense if any of my employees are watching, but I like to hire middle-aged women. And I actually have a younger guy that works for me. He's a couple years older than me, and he's been crushing it. I found him through social media. So tap into your network first. If your network doesn't work, I've hired off of Indeed.com. Didn't work out, she left me. And then also Craigslist. And Craigslist, I hired some sketchy people. Not a huge fan of Craigslist either, but I have a friend that sells $3 million a year in Denver, and he hires all of his employees from Craigslist. So it's working for him. At the end of the day, you want to hire somebody who is fit for the job. You want to hire somebody that when they get to the job and they're scanning a bunch of items, they're scanning all these books. This is all they're doing all day, scanning books. They like that shit. They enjoy it, and they can do it week after week, month after month. And the only way to really figure that out is hire them first and see if they do the job right. One more tip for you is look for people who have worked jobs similar to this in the past. So people who have scanned stuff at Walmart, people who, what's another job? Like chopping up vegetables, anything that repetitive tasks are going to be good for, like if you hire an entrepreneur, like he's hiring kind of an entrepreneur. The benefit of hiring an entrepreneur is you're getting to hire a hyper qualified person. So they're going to be able to think on the spot. They're going to be able to innovate for you. But the con of it is they will leave you eventually.
Yeah.
And if they're not the most ethical, they could theoretically steal.
That's what I was going to say is the person that you choose to hire, know what motivates them, right? Find someone fit, and also have a very clear idea of the role that you're trying to fill. Because I just hired my first VA, and now I have people working for me. And that's what I'm coming to find out is that they're going to be able to do a more efficient and effective job if it's very clear cut. Okay, this is what I'm in charge of. This is how the tasks I need to do, and this is exactly how I need to do them. And so before you can delegate anything, you have to get very clear on exactly what that looks like, and before you can give it to someone else.
Exactly. And then on top of that, like don't freak out if you don't know everything to give them to do. Hire somebody first, and then figure out what to make them do. And if you work from home, huh?
Are you drinking a beer?
Yeah, this is a beer. Drinking an Imperial, whatever the hell this is. He doesn't drink beer.
I got the Smirnoffs.
He drinks White Claw. I want everyone to comment below.
No, they're Smirnoffs.
Smirnoff, same thing. If a man drinks a sugary, fruity drink,
I'm confident.
listen. If a man drinks a sugary drink, is that okay? I'm
Yes.
just okay.
I am confident
Let me
in my-
rephrase it. I don't want to offend anybody out there, but
You already did.
is the man is he a man? Is he a manly man if he drinks sugary drinks?
I think
is
a
my
man
question.
who's confident enough in his manhood is not afraid to order a fruity drink.
We'll see.
Honestly, I never even considered
We'll
it.
see what the
until you
comments
brought it
say. Imperial or Fruity Pebbles. What do you guys think?
up. I like to fit a beer that matches my personality.
Ain't that the truth? If you guys have questions for Taylor, he'll be back shortly. He's taking a commercial break. This kid sold $10,000 in sales the other day. He's been crushing it. He quit his job last year. You quit your job January?
I quit my job in end of February, 2 months into the business.
He quit his job in February, and we were analyzing the profitability of his business, and instantly you got to 25,000 in sales pretty quickly. He got up there. He got up there like within third month. He said he got up there really fast. So if you guys want to be inspired, he got up really fast to 25,000 in sales, and he sells most of his items super fast too. So that's a benefit of being a retail arbitrage guy versus a book guy. Joanna Fronsky in the house. I was just talking about you. Maybe you heard me, maybe you didn't. But we'll just leave it at that. What is up? We're live on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram here. And we were actually asked a question on how to hire people. So Joanna, if you have any tips on that. Joanna helps me hire people as well. She helps talk to people who I hire. That's another tip is like at a certain point, like you want to have other people hire for you because it's a time-intensive process. So if you have one person who's really good, have them qualify other people first. I do this with my virtual assistants. Joanna helps me with this. So you want to have almost like a hierarchy. That way your brain is not thinking all the time about talking to different people. And there's also small talk. I was talking to Taylor about this too. When you hire somebody and you talk to them, there's this small talk that you have to do in order to not be a complete asshole. And if you have to talk to 8 people a day, then you have to do that small talk. I like doing the small talk, by the way. Like I enjoy it. But then you have to do the small talk eight times a day. And I do the small talk for like 45 minutes sometimes, and then your whole day is just gone. So it's better to have almost like some people communicate more with others instead of yourself. What is up, Francisco? He says 10K in sales in the month of January. Says Francisco. Nice. Who else do we have in here? We got a lot of questions on Facebook coming in. YouTube, we got 11 people in here, but we only got 4 likes on YouTube right now. I want to get those likes up to 10. If we get those likes up to 10, I'm going to answer all the YouTube questions. But until then, Facebook's giving me a lot of love with questions. Facebook, we got 5 people in here. You guys haven't hit the smash the like button yet. We got 7 people in IG, and I don't see any hearts. Let me get some hearts, y'all. It boosts the algorithm, and it boosts my ego as well. I don't understand the buy box and pricing. I have really bad buy box analogies. I've been trying to explain the buy box so many different ways, but I think the easiest way to give this analogy is if you go to Amazon.com, and you're buying this router and you're in a rush, you're freaking out because your internet's been down for 3 days and you need a Wi-Fi router. What are you gonna do? You're gonna order Amazon Prime. When you go to the Amazon listing, are you gonna click on the microscopic 28 other sellers are selling this item for 50% the price of the price you're about to pay? No, because you know those sellers are gonna ship it to you slow. So what you're gonna do instead is click on this item. You're gonna click on the fast buy now button, add it to your cart. Who are you purchasing this item from when you do that? There's tons of sellers on Amazon. You're purchasing from the seller who owns the buy box. How was that analogy? Was that a good? Does that make sense?
That's pretty good. Yeah, I like to say that the buy box is the offer that is shown to the customer.
Yeah, it's even simpler. The buy box is the offer that is shoved in the customer's face. It's a first offer that they see, and so if you own the buy box, you own the attention, and you're most likely going to get the next sale. So when it comes to pricing items on Amazon, you generally just want to match whatever the buy box price is. If the buy box price is $10, you want to match $10. You don't want to go $15 if the buy box is 10. You want to match the buy box price, especially during these times. During these times, it's all about selling items as quickly as possible. Miles, I'll go live with you later, but I'm also live on Facebook.
Miles, you never answered my DM, you son of a gun.
Once you answer his
That's all right. I got my money from someone else, so he missed out.
Once you answer his DM, I'm going to go live with you, but we're live on 3 platforms. And I was actually talking about that too. I felt like there weren't that many people in here. Let's talk a little bit about that. So,
not answering DMs.
Not answering DMs. Let's talk about, I was talking about the power of using other people's money. And really, when you're in an inventory-based business and you know that you can take $1 and turn it into 2, you know that you can take $1,000 and turn it into $1,700 time and time again. Most people live on $2,500 to $4,000 a month. So that is every single month you have to pay that as a living human being on this planet. So that is a fixed expense. So if you want to have capital in your business, 5, 10, 15K to reinvest, it's going to really help if you have either a line of credit, a credit card, or other people's money. And what Taylor's been doing lately is we've been taking investors' money on Instagram, really just Instagram, right?
Yeah.
He posted on his story and he's gotten a large sum of money. And what this is doing is it's allowing him to build his business without using his own money. So once you guys are confident enough to you know that $1,000 you can turn it into $1,700 over and over again.
That's the important thing is don't try to do that your first
Yeah,
month.
yeah, like first,
Like,
I would say
I'm
avoid that your first 6 months, I would say.
At least.
Yeah.
I'm on 18 months, and this is the first time I've done it, and honestly, it was really weird at first. But we were running the numbers last night, and it's like, now, when I'm thinking about it, it's like, I'd be stupid not to.
Yeah, and Taylor's in a position where he's making money like the same day he's buying the product, so it's very safe. He's not taking the money and waiting several months for it to sell. He's able to prove the concept within 24 hours. Moroccan Boss Lady, what is up? Mitchell Judkins in the house was good. Okay, let's go back to Facebook. We got YouTube. We got 14 people on YouTube, but we only have 6 likes. I got to get up to 10 likes before I answer your questions, YouTube. I'm going to answer Facebook's question and come back to you guys, but smash that like button, help out that YouTube algorithm, and I'll be back in just 2 seconds. Let's see what we got here on Facebook. Facebook is saying, how are you and Taylor getting along? Terrible. When you first start, is there a limit to the number of books you can send in? Brand new Amazon accounts are limited at 1,000. I don't have too much knowledge on this topic because they've been changing the rules like crazy the past 2 weeks, but don't stress until you have at least 1,000 units in stock. We got somebody laughing at me. We got 7, 8 likes on YouTube. I'm about to come over there. We need 2 more likes on YouTube and I'll be in there. Yes, it's okay. Leave the man alone. So, they're letting you pass on the fruity drinks, man.
Hold on.
Somebody says, I don't know how to scale. Okay, so this is how you scale. The way you scale, the only thing that matters in an Amazon business to scale starting out is finding a system to get profitable inventory over and over and over again. If you can have a system for getting profitable inventory and you solidify that, don't worry about anything else. If you suck at creating systems, if you suck at managing people, you can pay a prep center to do things for you. You can hire somebody to set up a repricer. You can automate the rest of your business. You can spend way too much money on those systems. Don't focus on saving money, penny pinching, how to do everything. Focus on finding profitable product, and that's what's going to allow your business to run. You got any advice for that?
I was going to say there's so many ways. Like there's literally probably 10 ways to do retail arbitrage. There's online arbitrage, there's drop shipping, there's private label, there's get creative, be curious, get creative. And yeah, like you said, focus on the money, man.
You want to tell them about that 17-year-old on arbitrage?
One of the kids we met on Instagram, this kid's 17 years old, and he's doing $90,000
$90,000 a month, yeah.
a month in sales, doing all online arbitrage.
You know,
He's not even going to the store. He never has to leave his house.
I told that to somebody, and they're like, yeah, he's probably making 10% profit, though. And I'm like, dude, at 17, making $9K a month?
Not leaving your house.
He's probably making more than that. He's probably making 15.
I bet you, I was going to say, I bet he was making 15.
Yeah, 15,000 a month, at least. So, and he's doing it all from home, you know, and just find your strength. You know, if you like being in front of a computer, be in front of a computer.
Yes.
Taylor's really good at acting silly on TikTok, and you got 100K followers doing this shit.
No, I get value.
He gets value too, but like honestly, that's a part of it.
Yeah.
Like, that is a part of it. Like you're in a parking lot, doing the splits in the air, holding Barbie doll.
Be authentic, yo.
Just whatever you're good at, guys. And you know, if you're good at sales, you'll crush it in an Amazon business. But if you're good at sales, but you're not good at systems, don't beat yourself over the head. Just focus on getting a lot of profitable inventory, and then pay somebody to make the systems for you.
Yeah, honestly, if you can find profitable products over and over again, you can make a lot of stupid mistakes.
Right.
Like, guys, put this in perspective. 9 months into selling on Amazon, I did not know that you can send multiple items, different items in one box. I thought like you had to take one item and put it over here. So Jameson walks in when I was at his house, and I had like probably, maybe 50 units with like 20 different boxes.
Oh my God.
He's like, Taylor, why do you have so many boxes? And I'm like, what do you mean? Like I have to put a box for every item. He's like, dude, all of that couldn't fit in one box.
And you still were profitable.
I was still profitable. That was 9 months into the business.
You were probably spending like $4 too much on each box, right?
Well, and for shipping, yeah.
Yeah.
It was insane. It was absolutely insane. So yeah, if you can find profitable shit, you're good.
Moral of the story, guys, is focus on making money. Don't focus on saving money. If you're focusing on, how can you, and this is a problem of mine. Early on, I was focusing, how can I list my books as quickly as possible? And I'd actually argue it was a problem because it was my own time. I was trying to figure out how can I maximize my time doing what I'm good at, finding products, building my business. And so I minimized the time. I could list 500 books per hour. I'm probably getting cocky because I'm drinking this beer, but I probably listed more books per hour than any human being, probably besides Jeff Bezos. Besides Jeff Bezos on this planet. I would bet that. I used to list 500 books per hour because I came up with this technique where I would scan the books into a spreadsheet and I would have VAs list them for me, but I knew that my time was valuable, more valuable than listing books. So I should have just hired a lister earlier. And I did hire a lister very early on. I hired a lister when I still lived at my parents' house. So when I hired my first lister, I was upstairs and I was on the computer and she was downstairs listing products. Guess what I was doing on the computer? I was on my computer fixing stranded inventory. I was doing another thing that in my business today is 100% automated. But guys, when you start a business, you're not gonna know what to automate, what to scale. But I'm telling you right now, what you should focus on in business is finding profitable product. I was focusing too much on pricing the products. I was focused too much on optimizing the listing process. I'm not even listing 1,000 books a month, and I'm focusing on optimizing the listing the products. It's not even that much money that I would save. It's not even that much time that I would save. I should have been focused more on how can I get more books. It doesn't matter if my lister lists books super slow. It doesn't matter if I have a couple stranded books. It doesn't matter if I don't have all the prices of my books optimized. If you guys are worried about pricing your books and you have less than 10,000 books in inventory, you're wasting your time. Focus on getting 10,000 items in inventory first. And then once you have 10,000 items in inventory, which I know is a lot, then you can go back and look at those 10,000 items and say, okay, now if I make a subtle shift, it's gonna come back to me in a massive way. I'm gonna get a ton of profit by making a micro shift. But if you guys have 300 or 3,000 books in inventory, making those little shifts isn't gonna bring back that much money. What you should really focus on is how can I find more profitable product. All right, we got 8 likes on YouTube. I need 2 more likes. We got 16 people on YouTube. I need 2 more likes on YouTube. Taylor's saying smash that like button.
We need way more likes,
if you guys hit that like button, it really does.
Offensive.
It's offensive and it helps out. It helps my ego a little bit. It helps the YouTube algorithm. A lot of good things happen. Oh, somebody just disliked the video, bro.
Get them out.
Uh-oh. We got Mr. Taylor Jones coming over here.
Get them out of that. No, shut it down.
We're gonna go on Instagram and answer some questions. We got a psychopath in the house.
Good morning. What's this? Facebook?
That's YouTube.
Wow, you guys look really good. Look at all these people.
I know.
They look amazing.
Who
You've
else
been
we
going
got
for
here?
38 minutes?
Moroccan Boss Lady, she says, what's up, baby? SJB Hunter was good. Adam.
We should take someone or from Instagram. Oh, there's only 5 people in here. Where does everybody go? Where do I get the knowledge? 500 an hour? I can't.
Yeah, 500 per hour. That's what I was at. I can't get to. Yes, you can. Everybody in here can get to 10,000.
Never say I can't.
10,000 units is small fries. You guys can get way more than 10,000. I'm my 3rd year in business, y'all. All right, guys. I'm about to end this because my phone.
Shit, we were just getting started.
My phone's about to. We gotta go live on TikTok. We still got.
Yeah, we are going live.
We're gonna end the YouTube, Facebook, and
Give
Instagram,
them my
but
TikTok handle and tell them to log on.
and that's not happening.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. Taylor Jones official or Taylor?
Taylor Jones _official. Then again, if you want this to be business serious.
No, it's not gonna be business serious. If you guys want to see us, play around, we're gonna be on TikTok at Taylor Jones official. Taylor Jones. Just type in Taylor Jones. It should come up. We'll see you guys on there. Everyone on YouTube watching this replay, if you hit that like button, it really helps out my YouTube account. And on Facebook, I'll see you guys next time. Instagram, peace out. Everyone have a good night. Much love. Thanks for tuning in.
I'm so glad I got to call